that must be higher. Center of gravity of the board, because then if they displaced, it's going to exist. So now in Korea, but they definitely know that.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, members of the head table, fellow members of the Waveless Trust, members of the Commercial Bank Corporate Responsibility Trust, members and relatives of the Vijayawada family. As she rightly mentioned, this is a landmark event and indeed a historic event. I firmly believe what Steve Jobs says about connecting dots backwards. When we sat to select the first ever winner of the Ray Vijayawardena Trust's Ray Award, we never realized that we were going to select Mr Karunatillake's waveless boat. Even when we were selecting it to be the best nominee for that year, we never realized the connection that this invention has with this great human being, Ray Vijayawardena. In his youth, he had been rowing here, and the best Roseman or woman gets the Ray Award. And we were planning to launch this boat not here, but some other place. But somehow or the other, it has to be here. Now I see the connection coming back. As a youth, it was water that was his first attraction. And today, we launch the successful completion of the first Ray Award winner's invention on the same place where he started discovering the wonders of this world. I think it is opportune at this moment to reflect on Ray Vijayawardena. Rather than relating to what you already know on the website, family, I thought I will bring my personal perspective. Without knowing, I am not a scientist, I am not an engineer, I am not an inventor either. But reading about Vidyajyoti Ray Vijayawardena, many times I had a great admiration for this man. I didn't know he was. I was just 30 some years ago, 30 years old. At that time I was slinging some committee president or something. And I was speaking to the scientists at the CISIR many years ago. And in this audience was this great human being with a little notepad. I was moved and touched. What is there for him to make notes of a young man like me speaking? And on several occasions, I met him when I was on the board of NERD. But that was not what I really recall. One day, we were at Club Palmway, Maravilla. And I see this gentleman seated. I went, identified myself. He vaguely remembered meeting me. And then we started talking. Then I said, sir, I've heard about this two-wheel tractor. At that point, he made a very profound statement. He said, Dipal, I really don't know whether what I did was automating agriculture or mechanizing the buffalo. Because with the two-wheel tractor, I replaced the buffalo. The farmer had to go so many times, I can remember. He said the exact number of times the person has to go around in the paddy field. And he was telling me so many things. And he was telling me, we put fertilizer to coconut plantations on cycles that we think it should be. Because for paddy we put Yala and Maha twice a year. But the coconut tree grows throughout the year. So then I figured out a way to put fertilizer to coconut plantations in the way the tree wants. So you don't need so much trees. Then I was quite involved with CTC Eagle at that time when we had the exhibition. We promoted this soil protection system introduced by Ray Vijayawardhan. I didn't know it was him, but I was quite involved in building that model thing at one of the Gamada events. But somehow they find there's a connection in what he did and what I got. Then when I listened to that statement, whether it was automating agriculture or mechanizing the buffalo, I could see the greatness of this man and the great quality of an inventor. Inventors are unique human beings. They're a bit like artists. They observe the world in a way that we don't observe. They see things that we don't see. Like artists, they ask the question, why? But more importantly, why not? And when they ask the question, why not, a new invention or innovation comes. And when Mr Karunatilleke asked the question, why should boats create waves that harm the riverbank? Nobody had asked that question before. So that's the quality of an inventor. Second thing is, they keep distancing themselves and asking the same question about their own inventions. And that's why Dr. Ray Vijayawardhan could tell me, people, I don't know whether I can mechanize the buffalo instead of automating agriculture. Although it was his kind of landmark invention, he had that distance to ask that question. So today, we are celebrating that legacy. Ray Vijayawardhan Trust is created to give wings to such inventors of this country. And it is encouraging to see organizations like Commercial Bank coming forward in a very strong way and supporting this initiative. We hope they will commit even greater, because today we are in this moment of economic history where only inventions and innovations can make the difference in this country. So what you are committing is far bigger than you think that you are doing. It is not just supporting the Ray Vijayawardhan Trust. You are giving an impetus to a national endeavor, encouraging more people to innovate, because it is only through innovations that we can bring economic prosperity to this country. So that's why I say this is a historic event. And coming back to the dots, I have a wish. that in the very near future, may we be able to present or launch a successful completion of an invention that would have won the Ray Award, something to do with AI, and that we will be able to have that event either at Ratmalala or at some other airport. With that dream, with that hope, I wish this event a great success, and congratulations to Mr. Karunatilleke. Once again, thank you Commercial Bank for coming on board. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for making this morning, spending your time, investing in this dream. Thank you.
And distinguished guests at the table. My issue here is after Deepal, anybody who is going to come and kind of speech like this is going to be kind of, it's very difficult for you to make kind of a comparison. It's not going to be kind of speech as such, but I will make one or two remarks. As CSR Trust of the Commercial Bank, we are extremely proud to associate with the Ray Trust. Specifically, the name Ray goes back to even our previous generation and a lot of things we do from our previous generation even. So, this particular effort, probably that particular innovation that we unraveled some time back, generation to generation, it will go through with the trust that you have created. There again, specifically as Deepal covered times mentioned, when it comes to development, economic development, innovation is the key. Specifically, number of patents, number of new innovative products which are coming into the market has been drastically reduced during the last couple of years after specifically 2009. As far as a bank like ours is concerned, we are not very much into what we call as financial innovative products. That's why we probably survived during hardship, during the period that we have gone through. Even moving forward, we will most probably come up with products which are going to be understood by any layman rather than giving a lot of complications to them. But when it comes to service delivery, when it comes to the other channel migrations, normally right now we have been kind of associating with a lot of innovations. As a bank, it's going to be extremely important for us not only to encourage the innovation, but make innovations commercially viable. It's in the back of our mind as bankers, Deepal is no difference. It's one of kind of, at the moment, I think, for our bank. Like, right throughout, we are, specifically we who are in the finance industry, it's the customer and customers, the viability and the customer sustainability, which will create even the bank or organization sustainable. So that's where we are coming from. That's why we really engage with Ray as well as specifically the innovative aspect of it and make innovations in Sri Lanka viable and commercially viable and sustainable. So our efforts moving forward also will be in the same line. Wherever possible, we will associate with these kind of endeavors. As far as our engagement with people or engagement with organizations, we always look at the credibility of the organization, the reputation, not only the reputation but the integrity and whatever you call it, name of the people. So when it comes to Ray Trust, we have no hesitation at all. And it's win-win situation because always you need to shine, but there again, not because of the Ray we should be doing it. So it's something like we also would shine because of Ray Trust and even probably the Ray Trust also will shine with commercial bank contributions. That's the kind of message that I want to leave with you rather than having kind of specifically a long speech here. And thank you very much for coming down and thank you very much for giving us the opportunity. Thanks.
Value additions. And also to you, ladies and gentlemen, for taking time off your busy work schedule on a midweek day to be here to support us.